All right, fellas, here is the God honest truth. And some of you are not going to like hearing this, but in 2025 and moving into 2026, nobody cares how big you are. The physiques that are big, bulky, soft, pudgy, out of shape do not get respect. The ones that do are lean, sharp, confident, high self-belief, high agency individuals that ooze discipline and presence. That's the physique that you're going to be able to leverage in late 2025 going into 2026, and that's what will be taken seriously. And it wasn't always this way, but this is the way things are trending. And the truth is, if you aim to be the big, bulky, soft guy that chases numbers in the gym, try gets as big as possible, terrible skin, you will become invisible, because in the modern world, the way you look matters. It is a massive component to your status, and it really has nothing to even do with the vanity aspect. And we're going to break down exactly what I mean by that. Number one thing you need to understand. A lot of guys hate hearing this, but being big does not get respect anymore. It is not abnormal. In the early 2000s, a little bit into the early 2010s, it got respect because it was unusual. People were not used to seeing it. You stood out like a sore thumb. But with gym culture being so normalized now, people are used to seeing guys that are bulked up and can bench a lot of weight and are big in size but have zero definition. Women do not respond well to this. They like a lean, defined physique. Being big really just shows that you can't control your diet. You're not disciplined. It looks like you're trying really hard and you're insecure. And that is the God honest truth, and that's how people will view you based on your physique. But if you are lean, you are sharp, you are defined, you are aesthetic, you focus on the right muscle groups, you maintain this year round, you look like you are in control. You have to imagine what you think a CEO looks like. Someone who runs a Fortune 500 company, right? The most Chadley version you can think. Think of Bruce Wayne and Batman, John Wick. They're all sleek, stylish, slim, slender. They still work out. They still have muscle on their frame, but they look like they take care of themselves. They are never big, bulky dudes. That's always the villain who people don't like. People look at weirdly. Bane, for example. Muscle, but all in the wrong place, all in his traps, a little bit in his chest. The standard going into 2026 is 10 to 12% body fat year round. Now, you can push that up to 14% if you have a little bit more muscle and you're doing a lean bulking phase, but you want a visible jawline. You want a haircut that suits your face shape, which you can actually see because you're not holding a bunch of face fat. You want a tight waist, so when you're wearing a dress shirt, or you're wearing pants, everything comes down cleanly. It looks like the clothes were tailored to your body. You don't want stomach hanging out of your shirt. You want to have enough muscle mass where your shoulders are broad, your chest sits up. You have big delts, you have masculine forearms, a thick neck. But you need a physique that looks good no matter what. Doesn't matter the angle, doesn't matter the clothes you're in, it doesn't matter the setting you are in. This is a physique that will get you opportunities. And this is the new standard. Listen, I don't care about looks maxing. I don't care if you look in the mirror right now and you see your face and you say, oh, I'm ugly, I'm only a 4 out of 10. Listen, that does not matter. What matters is the way you view yourself. And once you get lean, the amount of positive validation you get from seeing yourself in such crazy condition will completely change the way you view yourself. And that will change the way others see you. Your energy, your self-belief, your self-image matters more than you could ever believe, especially as a man when it comes to being attractive, and especially when we're talking about females. And this is why being lean gives you such an advantage, and this is why it is the new standard. Number one, it's difficult to achieve. Getting lean for the first time is not easy. It takes discipline. It takes controlling hunger, controlling cravings, but also being so far out of the norm now. Like the average male body fat percentage is 28%. If you are 10 to 12%, you are 1% of the population. You stand out like a sore thumb. And if you work in a company, if you run a business, it does not matter, especially when you're dating. You get noticed, and people will want to be around you. They'll want to know about you, want to know who you are, and they're going to want to give you more opportunities. Life just gets easier. But when you're leaner, you're going to have a better hormone profile. You're going to have more energy. You're going to have clearer skin. The benefits are literally endless. All the things you want out of going to the gym happen when you are lean. Humans are not designed to be 20% body fat. In no part of the world were we like that. If you go back hundreds of thousands of years, back to Neanderthals, they were lower body fat. We are not designed to be constantly consuming food, especially not food that is sugary, gives you tons of dopamine, that tastes amazing, absurdly good. Being able to defy these things in society, go against the grain, be lean, be able to maintain it, shows your standards, it gives you presence, it gives you respect for men and attraction from women. And it is literally OP. And everyone that I get in shape in my one-on-one coaching, they can't believe what life is like after you get lean. And the truth is, you don't have to be massive. I made a whole video on like how much you roughly have to weigh at like 10 to 12% body fat to really see the advantages. I'm not going to lie to you. You need to work out for some time. You need to put on some muscle. And if you guys want to expedite this process and you want to build enough in the next 6 months to 1 year, depending on where you're at, follow me on Instagram at Brasai and comment the word routine. I'll send you over a full blueprint that you can literally follow for the next 6 months for the rest of your life and never have to change your routine again. But guys, once you get lean for the first time, you will never ever go back. You will literally never ever want to go back because you'll realize how different life is. The way you view every single interaction you have will be different. Even when you're getting a coffee, you will be treated differently. People will look at you. They'll have a sparkle in their eye. And this isn't to say that if you're lean, you're magically better than everyone. You're a special human being, but people automatically will treat you differently and it'll make your quality of life on a daily basis better. It's literally as simple as that. There's no other way to say it. And everyone wants it. That's the craziest thing. Everyone wants to get lean and it's still only 1% of the population. And the reason why so many people don't get it is because they rely on motivation. They overtrain. They think that doing more work, spending more time in the gym, going 6-7 times a week and going on 1,400 calorie diets is going to get them the results. But in reality, that's the exact reason they're not going. Go to the gym 3 to 4 hours a week. Make sure your stress is low. Read the Bible, journal, clear your mind. Make sure that you're setting tasks throughout the day so you can check those things off and your mind is not cluttered. That you go to bed knowing that you went all out today so that you sleep easily. The reason why you lay in bed and you have all these thoughts is because they're all what ifs, or I need to do this, or I've been putting this thing off. You need to treat your gym sessions, your diet, your life, any endeavor you're trying to succeed in as an all-in endeavor, and you are emptying the clip every single time, and you will have a better quality of life. So many guys fail because they focus on the day-to-day. They become reactive. They see the scale not go down for a day or two. They make a change. You guys need to learn to trust the process. You need to make sure you give your body enough time to see results. You need to make sure that you can confidently check off if something is working or not before you start making changes. You need to look at this as not a 12-week diet, not even a 16-week diet, not even a year-long diet. You need to look at this as a lifestyle change. And you need to be able to break down, as I said, with confidence and know if things work for you or do not. And that's what will make the biggest difference in you being able to achieve this and maintain it long term. And the truth is, to achieve this, you don't need much. As I said, you only need to go to the gym 3 to 4 hours a week. But when you go to the gym, you need to train with intensity. You do not need to be doing 5, 6, even 4 sets per exercise. You can do 2 to 3, and some exercises you can even do 1 if you can really train hard enough. You need to do 8 to 15 quality sets per week per muscle group. It does not matter what split you do. It really doesn't matter. You can literally go to the gym 1 time a week and you would still build muscle. You need to eat high protein. You need to eat a good amount of carbs. And then you need to eat minimal fats, ideally. 50 to 70 grams, I think, is the best for most people the first time you're getting lean. So you can put more carbohydrates in your diet. And you're going to have more energy to train, maintain, and build muscle mass. You need to do steps daily. And you need to sleep well and get recovery and have low stress. And that's literally it. If you are consistent at those things, you will get there. But you need to trust the process, as I said. This is the biggest thing. The craziest part about this, in 2026, the physique that is actually going to get respect and that you can leverage and will give you all the benefits of working out is easier to achieve than the massive physique where you have to put on tons of muscle when you're walking around bloated, tired, and lacking confidence every single day. The physique you want, or that you should be trying to achieve, the lean, aesthetic, proportionate physique, is difficult the first time you get there. The first time you get down to 10 to 12% body fat, it is hard. And it's not an easy thing to do. However, maintaining it after that, as long as you have the right habits and you do the right things on a daily basis, is easier than the eternal quest for getting as big as possible. Once you get this physique, every single room you walk into will feel different. Every single place you go will have a different energy about it, and your perspective on the world will be a lot more positive. So in 2026, fellas, get shredded, build muscle while you're doing it, and your life will change completely.